Far too often we set out to deal with a situation or solve a problem, and our intent is simply to put things back the way they were. And if we do that, we expend whatever amount of effort it takes, and we end up essentially missing an opportunity because things are no better than they were before. We've simply managed to return the situation to the way it was before there was a problem, as opposed to using it as an opportunity to figure out how to make tomorrow better than yesterday. The whole idea behind using an ideal alternative is to imagine that everything blew up last night, and this morning you get to start from scratch and create whatever it is that you think is the best possible version of whatever situation you're trying to deal with today. Though the requirement is that it has to be currently technically feasible, not something where it requires teleportation or time travel or something else. It has to be doable in a reasonable time frame within sensible resources and embody continual improvement. It's like, have you ever gone on vacation without having a sense of where you were going? Most people don't do that. The idea of an ideal alternative is to provide you an ongoing sense of direction or a focus, so that as you work through an understanding of the current situation, the underlying patterns of behavior, the structure, and the mental models of the stakeholders involved, you can continue to have a sense of where it is that you're trying to get to. So it helps you to figure out what's relevant and what's not, because if it doesn't help you in moving in the direction of the ideal alternative that you've identified, then it's probably not very relevant at all. And so you want to develop an ideal alternative and keep that in mind all the time that you're working through the other stages of figuring out how to deal with the situation and get as close to this ideal alternative as you can. And there are other places where they've called it a strategic vision or a big goal, or they have different terminology for it, but they all mean the same thing. It's something that you can envision in the future that serves as an attractor to provide a point of focus, or at least a directional compass to keep you going in the right direction. Now, oftentimes people tend to think that the road to success is relatively straightforward. You can, with an option for failure. Reality is a lot more complicated, typically, where the road to success is something that one needs to navigate on an ongoing basis and learn along the way and adjust based upon that learning, so that it's sort of, you learn a little, you experiment, you learn a little, you experiment, always keeping your eye on what it is that you're really trying to figure out how to attain, and so that there is no straightforward formula for how to get there. It's based upon continually learning and adjusting, so you all continue to move in the direction that you are trying to go. There are a couple of very readable references. The first one, A Brief Guide to Interactive Planning and Idealized Design by Russell Ackoff, who is the person that is responsible for the whole concept of idealized design. And the second one is Idealized Design, How Bell Labs Imagined and Created the Telephone System of the Future. And there's also a very nice podcast that goes along with that, and that's from the Wharton School. So I highly recommend both of them. And they're in, the links are in the resources for this particular segment. So hope you found this informative, and I'll see you in the next segment. Bye.